HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Candino Knowles, and this is the weekend edition of The Bahamas Tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Police are tonight looking for two men, one who held up and robbed a woman of her white 2003 Honda Accord. The other was later spotted with the first man in that same stolen vehicle. We're told the first man held up the woman last night on Fire Trail Road and got away in her car. Police say they later spotted the car with two men inside on Carmichael Road and chased them. The suspects eventually lost control of the car and crashed. Police also telling us that when the car crashed, the suspects lit the car on fire and started shooting at police before running into bushes. Police searched the bushes but could not find the suspects. Police are still searching for the two men and say no one was hurt in the high-speed chase. Police are also looking for two other men who they say stabbed five people early this morning. We're told the five victims are men ages 19, 20, 21, 22, and 24. Police say the five men were leaving a home in North Westridge and got into a fight with two men in a Ford Mustang. The men were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The resignation of Free National Movement Senator Zhivago Lang from the Senate becomes effective tomorrow, December 31st. The former cabinet minister in the Ingram administration announced his intent to step away from frontline politics last month. And now the opposition is left with the task of filling the vacancy in the upper chamber. Well, that process is underway, and FNM leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says the new replacement will be named very shortly.
That announcement will be made this week, because Senator Lang's resignation will take effect the 31st, and therefore immediately afterward we would make that announcement and start the process for the individual to be sworn in, etc., and maintain our numbers and our democratic process.
Now, reports have surfaced recently that former FNM candidate for the Baintown and Grantstown constituency, John Bostwick, is the front runner for the position. While Dr. Minnis did not say if that is so, he did confirm that Mr. Bostwick is among the 11 people being considered, 4 of which are females. Dr. Minnis says exactly what qualities they're looking for in the new senator.
We're looking for individuals who would defend the FNM's policies, the FNM's records, individuals who are people-friendly, individuals who are not arrogant, individuals who would embrace change, embrace people, and who would be more interested in elevating people and country as opposed to self. That's the FNM's philosophy in terms of transparency, accountability. So all of these were some of the conditions we were looking for.
Tonight, the Prime Minister and the rest of the country is mourning the death of former politician John Martin. Martin was a candidate for the Progressive Liberal Party in the 1987 and 1992 elections in Grand Bahama. After a long battle with cancer, Martin died last night with family and friends, including the Prime Minister, by his side. He was 61 years old. Well, the Cancer Center of the Bahamas recently took another step in its fight against the deadly disease. Managing Director Arthur Porter tells how its new research center will benefit cancer patients.
It's more that we are looking at how we can develop our new therapies right here in the Bahamas. New combinations of drugs and radiation. Participate in other people's research, so that if somebody is doing research in a particular area, we might be able to join in and get the opportunities to bring new therapies to the Bahamas and to Bahamians. We've always felt that at some stage we need to go from treatment to treatment and then research. But it's always taken a little longer, because we had to get through to make sure that our treating facilities are of a certain standard, And then we had to move forward to say, now let's piggyback on the back of that, the opportunity to not only use the best treatments, but develop future treatments. But I think the exciting thing about stem cells is that cancer cells may actually have stem cells themselves. Tumors may actually have their own stem cells recreating themselves. And if they do, and this is really as cutting edge as it gets, if they do, and we can find techniques to stop them, then technically we could be able to have better cures of cancers.
An NBA champion sighting right here in Nassau. Find out why Rick Fox is in town. Coming up.